Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. Charlotte sat at the kitchen table, struggling with her math homework. The equations and formulas on the page before her seemed like a foreign language, all numbers and letters jumbled together into an incomprehensible mess. She sighed in frustration, tapping her pencil on the table as she racked her brain trying to make sense of it all. Out the window, she could see her neighbor Liam shooting hoops in his driveway. He was a grade above Charlotte in school and always seemed to know the answers whenever she saw him in class. An idea struck her. Maybe he could help. Charlotte stepped outside into the warm afternoon sun. "Hey, Liam," she called out, walking up to the fence that separated their yards. Liam paused his game to look over. "Oh, hey, Charlotte. What's up?" "I was just wondering if you could help me with my math homework," Charlotte asked. "I'm really stuck on these equations." "Sure, I'd be happy to help," Liam said. He tucked the basketball under his arm and came over to the fence. Charlotte showed him the textbook page she was working on, pointing out the areas that confused her the most. As Liam looked it over, she felt a wave of relief wash over her. Finally, someone who could make sense of this mess. Liam launched into an explanation, walking her step by step through the different types of equations. As he spoke, the jumble of numbers and variables began to take shape in Charlotte's mind. The way he described it just seemed to click in her brain. "Oh, I think I get it now," Charlotte said after he had clarified a particularly tricky algebra concept for her. "Thank you so much. You just saved me from failing this assignment." "No problem. Happy I could help," Liam replied with a smile. They stood chatting for a bit about school, commiserating over difficult teachers and laughing about funny moments from class. It was nice, Charlotte thought, to talk with someone who really understood all the school struggles she was going through. As a lull fell in the conversation, Liam shuffled his feet a little, looking contemplative. "Can I tell you something?" he asked. "Of course," Charlotte said. "You have to promise not to tell anyone at school, though." Charlotte mimed, zipping her lips. "My lips are sealed." Liam glanced around as if to make sure no one else was within earshot. "I like to wear dresses sometimes," he confessed. Charlotte's eyes widened slightly in surprise, but she quickly composed herself. "Oh, that's cool," she said casually. Inside, though, her mind was racing. "I just really like the colors and fabrics and how they feel," Liam explained, looking down at the ground. "My parents don't know, but I sometimes try on my mom's dresses when they aren't home." "Hey, no judgment here," Charlotte said kindly. "Clothes don't have a gender. You should wear whatever makes you feel good." Liam looked back up, relief washing over his face. "I was afraid you'd think it was weird or something." "Not at all," Charlotte assured him. An idea was beginning to percolate in her mind. "In fact, if you ever want any help with makeup or putting together cute outfits, I could give you some tips." Liam's eyes lit up. "Really? That would be amazing." They made plans for Charlotte to come over that weekend to help Liam with his closet cosmetology, as he jokingly called it. As Charlotte headed back inside with her now completed math homework, she felt a newfound kinship with her neighbor. It was nice to have someone to share secrets with. Saturday afternoon, Charlotte made her way next door, a bag of makeup and hair accessories in hand. She had told her mom she was going over to play video games with Liam, not wanting to reveal her real plans without his permission. Liam answered the door, bouncing excitedly on his toes. "Come on up. I've got some dress options laid out in my room," he said, leading the way upstairs. Charlotte was amazed by the array of dresses fanned out across Liam's bedspread. "These are so cute," she exclaimed, running her hand over a soft floral sundress. "I know, I had a hard time narrowing it down," Liam laughed. He held up a wig of long chestnut brown hair. "I got this online last week, thought it might help complete the look." "Good call. This color will look so pretty with your complexion," Charlotte said approvingly. Charlotte grabbed her makeup bag and started laying out the products on Liam's desk. "Okay, Let's start with your base. I brought some tinted moisturizer to give you light, even coverage without looking cakey, she said, holding up the bottle. She pumped some onto the back of her hand and used a brush to blend it smoothly onto Liam's face. Ooh, it feels so silky, Liam said, delighting in the soft glide of the brush across his skin. Charlotte then moved on to concealer, carefully dotting it under his eyes and around his nose and mouth. She tapped the concealer out with a damp sponge for a seamless finish, marveling at how it erased any hints of dark circles or blemishes. Look up for me, she instructed, opening up an eyeshadow palette. I'm going to use some neutral, shimmery shades to make your eyes really pop. With light, expert strokes, she swept golden beige across his lids, followed by a richer brown in the crease. She carefully lined his eyes with a soft black pencil, smudging it for a sultry, smoky effect. Wow, you just magically made my eyes look way bigger and brighter, Liam said. Charlotte grinned, uncapping a volumizing mascara. Just wait until I add some length and lift to these lashes. She wiggled the wand back and forth, coating each lash from root to tip. Liam gazed at his reflection, hardly recognizing himself with the fringe of full, dark lashes now framing his eyes. Okay, now for some color on those cheeks, Charlotte said, swirling a coral blush brush over the apples of his cheeks. She added a sweep of golden highlighter along the cheekbones, creating a subtle, luminous glow. So pretty, Liam sighed happily. Almost done. Just have to finish off with those lips, Charlotte said, rummaging through her bag. Aha, here it is. She pulled out a tube of rose-pink lipstick. With quick, expert strokes, she applied it to Liam's lips. Rub your lips together like this to blend it out, she instructed. Liam pressed his lips together, then smiled at his reflection. The lipstick glided on so smoothly, leaving behind a hint of color that perfectly complemented his complexion. I can't get over how different I look, Liam said in awe, turning his face from side to side. It's like you used makeup magic to bring out this whole other version of me. The magic was there all along, I just helped accentuate it, Charlotte said with an encouraging smile. She spritzed his face with a light mist of setting spray. There, your makeup is locked into place. Now let's move on to your outfit and wig. Liam had laid a few dress options on his bed. Oh, I love this one, Charlotte said, holding up a periwinkle sleeveless dress with a full swingy skirt. Liam slipped the dress over his head, smoothing out the fabric. Charlotte helped adjust the built-in bust support, fluffing it to create the illusion of curves. It's so twirly, Liam giggled, spinning around to watch the skirt flutter out. So cute. Now let's get your wig situated, Charlotte said. She carefully straightened the long, glossy strands, using some styling cream to tame frizz. With nimble fingers, she pinned and tucked the wig into place, framing Liam's face with loose, face-flattering layers. Liam shook his head back and forth, delighting in the brush of the wig against his cheeks. I feel like a shampoo commercial model, he joked. You look incredible, Charlotte said, like you just stepped out of the pages of a fashion magazine. They spent the next hour trying on different dress and wig combinations, spinning and giggling with glee. One last thing, let's pick out some shoes, Charlotte said. She rifled through Liam's closet and emerged holding a pair of white strappy sandals with a low-block heel. These are perfect. They'll complement the dress so well, she said as she helped fasten the buckles around Liam's ankles. Liam took a few experimental steps, wobbling only slightly on the unfamiliar heels. He came to stand in front of his full-length mirror, taking in the complete look. The dress clung lightly to his slender frame, the skirt twirling about his smooth, hairless legs. The wig framed his face in glossy waves, picking up glints of sunlight from the window. The sandals elongated his legs and gave him a touch more height. He turned this way and that, utterly enchanted by his transformed reflection. It's really me, he whispered. He blinked back happy tears, feeling beautiful and complete in a way he'd never experienced before. Charlotte stood back with a proud smile. You look amazing, Liam. Truly. Liam turned and threw his arms around her in a fierce hug. "Thank you so much for doing this, Charlotte," he said, his voice muffled in her shoulder. "I never dreamed I could look and feel this pretty." "Of course. I'm happy to help," Charlotte said, hugging him back tightly. They spent the rest of the afternoon listening to music and painting each other's nails, chatting comfortably in a way only best friends can. Charlotte felt so honored to be let into this vulnerable and intimate part of Liam's life. As the daylight started to fade outside, Charlotte helped Liam remove the makeup and wig. "We'll have more dress-up days soon," she promised. Liam walked her to the front door, now back in his regular t-shirt and shorts. "Let me know if you ever need any makeup tips or help shaving your legs," Charlotte added with a whisper and a wink. They said goodbye with the giddy secrecy of two friends who share a special bond. Charlotte hugged her sweater close as she walked home, warmed from the inside out by the gift of friendship. Over the next few weeks, Charlotte found herself spending more and more time with Liam. When she wasn't helping him with fashion and makeup, they bonded over shared interests like books, art, and astronomy. She discovered they had a very similar sense of humor, often cracking each other up with inside jokes. Sitting together at lunch or chatting before class, Charlotte felt totally comfortable being herself around Liam. It was nice to have a friend she could be open and honest with. One day after school, they decided to study together at Charlotte's kitchen table. With finals coming up, they wanted to quiz each other on the material to make sure they were prepared. "Ugh, I am so sick of these English vocabulary words," Charlotte groaned after Liam had grilled her on a list of definitions. "I know, but at least Miss Graham said the final won't just be matching this time. There's going to be a passage we have to apply them to," Liam said, scanning over his meticulously color-coded history notes. Charlotte watched him study, admiring his work ethic when it came to academics. "I really admire how organized and focused you are," she remarked. "I feel like my notes are always such a mess compared to yours." Liam laughed. "It's taken me years to perfect my note-taking system. I used to just scribble everything down randomly, too." He flipped through some of his old notebooks, showing Charlotte the progression. She asked him questions about his techniques for condensing information and mapping concepts visually. By the time Liam had to head home for dinner, Charlotte felt like her study skills had improved tenfold. She gave him a high five on his way out. "Thanks for all the tips. I'm gonna ace these finals now," she proclaimed. "Glad I could help," Liam replied. "Let me know if you need any more quiz prep before the big day." The last day of school before summer break finally arrived. Charlotte breathed a sigh of relief as the final bell rang. No more classes or homework for nearly 3 whole months. As she gathered up her things, Liam came bounding over to her desk. "Any big plans for break?" he asked. "Not really, just the usual swimming and bike rides to fill all that free time," Charlotte said. "What about you?" "Pretty much the same. Hey, maybe we could hang out some days, like go to the park or see a movie," Liam suggested. "That would be awesome," Charlotte agreed. She was really looking forward to spending more time with her friend outside of school. Over the next several weeks, Charlotte and Liam fell into an easy routine. Most days, they would meet up after lunch and head to the park to walk around the pond or play frisbee in the wide open field. Other times, they would go to the mall, browsing shops and giggling over funny t-shirts and novelty items. Liam even taught Charlotte how to skateboard, patiently holding her steady as she wobbled on the board. One particularly hot afternoon found them sprawled in the grass under the shade of a big oak tree. The buzz of cicadas and the occasional frisbee whizzing by lulled them into a comfortable silence. "Hey, remember how you said you could teach me to shave my legs?" Liam spoke up eventually. Charlotte rolled over to face him. "Yeah, of course, we can totally do that. I was thinking maybe this weekend. My parents are going away overnight on Saturday," Liam said. "Oh, a sleepover shaving party. Fun," Charlotte said with a grin. That Saturday evening, Charlotte headed next door with an overnight bag and her basket of shower supplies. She couldn't wait to share this bonding beauty ritual with Liam. Up in the bathroom, she lined up all the products on the counter: shaving gel, fresh razors, soothing lotion. Liam sat on the edge of the tub, legs bare in a pair of athletic shorts. "Okay, first let's start with a good soak to soften the hairs," Charlotte instructed. She turned on the tap and guided Liam's legs under the warm, cascading water. After a few minutes, she turned off the water and patted his skin dry with a soft towel. "Now for the shaving gel. This will help the razor glide smoothly," she explained, shaking up the can. "Ugh, it tingles," Liam said with a giggle. Charlotte ran the razor under the tap and then carefully dragged it upwards through the foamy gel. She rinsed the blade and repeated in smooth, short strokes. "Make sure to keep the razor flush to avoid nicks and cuts," she advised. "All done, now just have to wash off the excess gel," she said. Liam stood under the warm spray, rinsing away the last sudsy remnants. Charlotte patted him dry once more and pumped some hydrating lotion into her hand. "Oh, it feels amazing," Liam sighed blissfully. "My legs have never felt this soft and silky before. It's wonderful." Charlotte smiled. "Exfoliating and moisturizing regularly will help keep them this way," she advised. They spent the rest of the evening painting each other's nails, watching movies, and chatting late into the night. Curled up in sleeping bags on the living room floor, neither wanted the fun to end. "This was the best sleepover ever, thanks, Charlotte," Liam whispered into the darkness after they had turned off the lights. "You're so welcome. That's what girlfriends are for," Charlotte whispered back with a smile. The rest of the summer passed by in a blur of sunny days, ice cream cones, and adventures together. Before they knew it, the first day of school was upon them again. Walking down the hall side by side, Charlotte noticed some odd glances and whispers directed their way. She wondered briefly if there was a rumor going around about her and Liam. In history class, she overheard a group of girls gossiping behind her. "Always together, it's so obvious they're dating," one girl hissed to her friends. Charlotte rolled her eyes. So what if people thought she and Liam were an item? They knew the truth of their close friendship. That was all that mattered. At lunch, Charlotte brought it up to Liam. "So apparently we're the hot new couple according to the school rumor mill," she said with a laugh. Liam just shrugged and took a nonchalant bite of his sandwich. "Let them talk. I don't care what anyone thinks." Charlotte gave him an appreciative smile. She loved that about Liam, his ability to rise above petty gossip and stay true to himself. In the following weeks, Charlotte noticed some subtle changes in her friend. Liam's hair was getting longer, the ends now brushing his shoulders. His wardrobe now included slim-fitting sweaters and jeans in place of the baggy t-shirts and shorts he used to wear. One day after school, Liam shyly asked, "Could you teach me how to do a messy top-knot bun? I looked up a tutorial, but I can't get it right on my own hair." "Sure, no problem," Charlotte replied. She carefully combed Liam's honey-brown locks up into a loose bun, leaving a few strands down to frame his delicate face. "There, super cute," she proclaimed. Liam turned his head side to side, admiring the feminine hairstyle in the mirror. "It's perfect. Thank you." Charlotte could sense her friend becoming more comfortable expressing this female side of himself. She made sure to compliment any subtle style changes she noticed, conveying her unconditional support. A few weeks later, Liam invited Charlotte over after school again. "So I've been doing a lot of thinking and soul-searching lately," he confessed, "and I realized something important about myself." He took a shaky breath. "I'm a girl, inside and out." Charlotte immediately rushed to hug her friend. "I'm so proud of you for sharing this with me," she said. Liam hugged her back tightly. "You're the best friend I could ask for. I was so nervous to tell you, but I knew you would understand." "Of course, Liam. This doesn't change our friendship one bit," Charlotte affirmed. Then she paused, thinking, "Actually, should I call you Liam still, or do you want me to use she, her pronouns, or a new name?" she asked. "Oh, gosh, yes, I haven't even gotten to that part yet." Liam laughed. I chose a new name for myself. From now on, call me Leah." Charlotte grinned. "I love it! It's perfect for you!" They talked for hours that afternoon about what Leah was envisioning for her transition journey. Charlotte promised she would be right by her side every step of the way. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Patreon for a lot more content and early access to YouTube videos.